Hey folks, how's it going? I thought we'd have a bit of fun today and learn about getting up on the one. The secrets to the funk sound of James Brown and in particular Prince, the Minneapolis funk sound. It's my biggest influence growing up, really got me into funk music and black American music. Talking of which, you might think, why am I going to learn funk from a white guy from England? Fair enough. Black Americans invented funk. They own the legend, that's for sure. But the thing is this, the funk doesn't care about race, creed or colour. We can all get down with our bad selves, and that's what we're going to do today. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. Click on the alert bell and get these videos as they come. Alright, let's get cracking, peeps. Okay, so let's play a little funk riff, little 2-bar thing. The joy of funk is that you can just play on one chord, there's endless variations, and it has a loop. And then if you start to think of that loop as the beginning of it, as the one, then everything around that leads up to that hit, that emphasis that is the beginning of the loop. It's a sort of state of mind, and you get into this kind of shamanistic almost vibe if there's a bunch of musicians and they're all doing that at the same time. They're all pulling in the same direction. It becomes this beautiful runaway train that is an unstoppable force, and people can listen to it for ages without it really changing or doing much. You just get into the trance with it. So let's learn a very simple riff. I've showed you a similar riff to this before. So first, bass note C, the octave, that's your first bit on the left hand. Then so that's like E, A, C. And then going down a tone with the top two fingers to G and B flat. And then hitting a D. So. And then with my left hand, I'm bouncing onto a B flat. So C, octave. This. Okay. Try and learn that first. By the way, if you want to watch this again and again without any adverts, go to my website. I'm going to do a low-res version of it you can buy, and you can just watch it to your heart's content. So that's the beginning. So next we're just going down in inversion. So we've got the first bit. And the lower inversion of that is. So that's C, E, A, D, G, B flat, and then left hand G. So the whole thing. And then just at the end, you just turn it around with a C9, and that's voiced like B flat, D, G, and then C, E, A. So the whole riff. So I'm just bouncing back onto the lower note and then a final stab. So. I'll always do it slightly different, but that's basically the riff. And then on this loop here, I was playing a A9, which is on the top just G, B, E, and on the bottom A. And then same thing, upper semitone. With the drum machine. Let's try it slower. Okay, the point of teaching you this riff is these are just interlocking parts. You know, you can come up with any parts within the loop of this sort of jamming format where you're just staying on one chord, and it can be endless invention. So I'll try and change it around and try and listen every time I'm looping around on 2 bars. Even if I'm not emphasizing it, in my head I'm thinking that's what gives you that drop. You know, it really sort of, it's like the anchor for the whole thing. And when a whole band can think like that and not just noodle around, as soon as someone starts just noodling around and playing random stuff, it loses all its power. You know, it has to be an unstoppable force. Everyone's pulling in the same direction. And then there's a hit at the beginning of this loop. Now vary it. Always about the one. And you can even like make it about the one by not playing the one, if that makes any sense. Like, see, it's something very simple there. I'm going and then I'm riffing, and then that's marking the beginning each time. In this case, so it's and that's the thing that gets you into a trance when it's just going on again and again. You get that it's just really simplistic, but it just establishes this sort of hypnotic thing. And then if it just starts very slight little variations over a period of time, it keeps the interest going. But what you got to do is not just change every few bars. If you change every couple of bars, then it's nothing. But if you stick with that, let's say you were playing that for 16 bars, then you just put a little variation. Okay, I'll put another variation. Got the hookiness. Okay, let's put a variation. You can see, even though I'm playing different things, I'm trying to make them all hooky and repeat them so that they become, okay, you know, something to latch onto. If you just play a different lick every time, or a boring blues lick every time, you know, people are going to get bored, basically. It's not about your ego, it's about trying to get everyone dancing, you know, get the thing moving. So just to teach you that little second lick I played there. So the right hand is starting from the higher octave and going lower, and the left hand doing the opposite. And then I'm just doing a little lick I learned from a Jeff Lorber song a long time ago. So say D, D sharp, E, up to C, and then D and B flat. So it's just a little blues thing. You know, you can just play what you want after that. It's just around that bluesy type thing. Hope you can see that. And then I just introduced another little variation there. You know, I love things like that, where it's just a little, very staccato line that just clips in, clips out, and you just bring it in as an extra. So you're vibing for a long time on, you know, a repetitive thing, and then you just stick in one extra little element, and then stick with that for a while. And sometimes just holding a note, like a seventh on a chord, just holding it and letting it hang creates a great suspense. You can keep it going for quite a long time while the groove's just rolling underneath, and then finally resolve it. It can feel really good like this. You get the idea. Okay, let's try another little vibe here. I've got a little loop in E minor I put into this octatrack here. Because if you're playing with a band, you're going to be playing in E minor quite a lot. If you're playing funk music, bass players love it, guitar players love it. And I'm going to go full on 80s on you now. DX7. I'm starting to love that sound again. I hated it for a long time. I'm starting to enjoy it again. Could be age. Again, the one. So here I'm just playing a E minor 7 going to A and back again, just to get a bit of movement. This is where you can surprise the band, just bring in some chords while you're jamming. It's nice when the band's just vamping on one chord and you start bringing some harmonic changes. Changes the whole vibe. Another little lick I love playing over these sort of things is just that's just in the case of E minor 4th and the 7th, which is A and D, and going up a tone, then going up minor 3rd, so A D, B E, D G, E A,
and then DG at the end. And I'm putting a little squiggle on the pitch wheel. It's a great funk effect, I love it. So in the track, okay, so there's a few little ideas. Let's combine them all now. So this is the sweet bit. See, all these things, everything is rooted around that one, and then it's just building a pattern. I hope you can get the idea that everything is a momentum moving back towards that start place again. And just the hypnotic feeling that you get from that. It's a simple thing, but it's great fun when you're playing it with a band. It's like some of my best moments on stage have been with Jamiroquai, when everyone's just really locked in and we're playing a groove like that for a good 5-6 minutes, with nothing much changing. And the audience just go crazy because it's just got such a vibe, so much energy when everyone's pulling in the same direction. And that's the beautiful thing about funk music for me. It's all embracing in every way. Like I was saying, black, white, yellow, doesn't matter who you are. When you're in that moment, you're getting into it, and all you care about is that vibe. Anyway, hope you got some ideas from that. Until next time, adios.